What if I tell you that everything depends on you? Yes, you. Once you graduate from college, you have control over everything in your life. When you're a grown-up, your parents can't really say anything. When you don't go to college, there is no one who controls your schedule. And for some reason, you end up with a life that you don't really like. And a lot of you will come up with different excuses, but Marina, I was born in a country where people don't like entrepreneurs, or I was born a female and females are supposed to cook for their husbands and take care of their kids. Or you would say, Marina, but I don't want to make a lot of money because people hate the rich. Well, hello from a Russian girl, a mom of two, who moved to the US and who realized at some stage that it's only her who's able to control her own schedule. In this video, I want to show you a different approach to your life, where you control what you work on, when you work on it, and end up living a life of your dreams. Welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. The thing that I've recently learned in the past few weeks, and I realized I've been using it without really understanding it, but basically there is a concept that, circumstances can be the same, but the way we react to them can be completely different depending on what kind of person you are. So basically what we have here is a circumstance. You were fired from your job, or your friends no longer want to hang out with you. And now listen carefully here. The most important transition is from circumstance to its meaning. Some people will be like, oh, I was fired from my job. I am useless. This is it. My life is over. Other people be like, oh, okay, this is a chance for me to start something on my own. This finally happened. I've always been dreaming about this thing, which I couldn't do by myself because I wasn't brave enough. And now my life just pushes me there. And so this is the most important bridge that you make, because after you determine what this circumstance meant, your all other actions will be predicated by this meaning. And if your meaning was like, okay, I'm useless, then your emotion is, this life is shit, I don't like it, it's over. The result, you're unhappy, and then you end up in more circumstances that make you unhappy. Then you are kicked out of your apartment. So you just start the snowball of events that will prove to you that you're useless, that your life is bad, that your life is over. But if you change just one thing in this line of events, if you go from this circumstance to a meaning that, oh my God, this is the best thing that ever happened. And so your emotion will be, okay, I am excited. Yes, I might be scared, but I'm also excited because this is my new life. Your result, you're starting something new. And then the circumstances that will start appearing in your life would actually be positive. You're like, oh, there is an accelerator in Silicon Valley that is looking for female entrepreneurs from abroad or whatever. Like, you will actually start focusing on things that are gonna lead you to your new goal instead of focusing on things that would only prove that you're useless and life is over. So please remember that this is the most important transition that you have to work on. Every circumstance, try to see it in a positive way and try to see how you can learn from it. Now we're gonna pause for a quick ad about the product that is gonna help you on your journey to become a boss of your own life. This video is brought to you by HP Elite Dragonfly. One of the things that I value the most in my life is freedom. Freedom to do whatever I want, freedom to travel, and freedom to create my own schedule. We live in an amazing world where you can work from home, work from an office, work on an airplane, work in a cafeteria, or work at a co-working space in your city. You aren't attached to one place. And with today's technology, you can have everything connected to your business always with you. And I want to recommend a product that is just perfect for such a lifestyle. It's HP Elite Dragonfly Chromebook. This Chromebook was built specifically for business and cloud natives in a hybrid world. It's a great device with premium design that you can use for all your business needs. It's super light and thin, so it's very easy to carry it everywhere with you. The Dragonfly Chromebook works great for having calls. It has a 5-megapixel camera featuring low light adaptation, pro quality top edge mics, and AI-based noise reduction that keeps background noise in the background, so you can have calls from anywhere. No need to worry about any privacy issues with this Chromebook because of an option screen choice that includes its HP SureView Reflect integrated privacy screen, which helps to work confidently without fear of data on the screen being exposed to prying eyes, and a fingerprint sensor that ensures only you can unlock your Chromebook. Take control of your security with built-in and intelligent security, granular policy controls, and automatic updates from Chrome OS. Chrome OS is the modern operating system that protects from external threats, including ransomware, malware, phishing, and employee error. What I also like about this Chromebook is that it comes with an optional, rechargeable, wireless HP pen. I like to visualize my ideas, but I don't really like carrying a paper notebook with me just because it's not convenient. So using Chromebook with this pen is a great solution here. What I also like about HP Elite Dragonfly Chromebook is that they care about our planet and seriously reduce your carbon footprint with 90% recycled magnesium top and keyboard cover. I highly recommend the HP Dragonfly Chromebook. The link is down in the description box below. Now back to the video. What excites me about 2022 is that we moved to a world where every person is actually a business unit. And it was super exciting when the creator economy started rising and people realized, a creator, they can actually build their own companies, become their own business units. But it's even bigger when I think about stay-at-home moms. Some people would say, but how can you be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneurship is all about figuring out your superpower, delegating the rest, learning how to delegate the rest, overcoming stereotypes about things you cannot delegate, and being your own boss. So for example, if you're a mom, delegating day-to-day stuff, hiring a nanny requires a lot of entrepreneurial abilities because in the process, you're like, oh my God, I'm actually hiring my first employee. So I think it's super important that in your life, you realize that you control everything and it's up to you whether you want to delegate something or whether you want to do something by yourself. If you're like, Marina, but how do I start this entrepreneurial journey if I have no idea? I think the best way to start is to create a schedule of your dreams. Like your dream day, what does it look like? And I've been reading a lot of interviews with big entrepreneurs. And again, when I started my entrepreneurship journey, I thought that an entrepreneur is somebody who knows how to do everything in their company. When we started LinguaTrip, which was back then a smaller agency called MP Education, I thought that if I'm the CEO, then I need to write all the text for a website, that I need to answer all the calls. I need to know how to process every single booking. And that was my idea of an entrepreneur. Over the years, I realized that entrepreneurs actually do just one thing. They make decisions every single day. That's it. And what's exciting about entrepreneurs is that they know what kind of reality they want, whether they want to IPO or create the best product in the world. And then they build the whole reality around that by hiring people, by delegating, by focusing on things that they like. And when I realized that, I was like, but every person should do the same. Every person should be like, okay, this is the life of my dreams. This is how I get there, and this is what I need. And this is when I realized, wow, everyone should be an entrepreneur. And it's not a privilege for just people who, went to business school or did their MBA. It's our birthright to imagine the life of our dreams and build our reality in a way that we end up living that life and also enjoy the process. And I truly believe that everyone should have 3 things that they believe in 100%. And if the whole world doesn't believe in those things, you're still so sure that you will not care about what the world says. And for me, those things are, first of all, everyone should know and learn English because this is a language that opens a lot of doors. Number 2, everyone should have their own small community because this is the way you learn to communicate your thoughts. This is the way you learn to negotiate with people. And number 3, everyone should try and become an entrepreneur in the meaning that I've just described. You imagine the life of your dreams and you build everything in a way that leads you to that life. And on that journey, you're gonna encounter so many problems. Like the life of an entrepreneur is not the easiest life in the world. But whenever I have a problem, whenever, somebody resigns or things go wrong, I go back to this thought that I've created this myself in order to live a life of my dreams. And I'm the one who's in control and who can change things in order for them to work again. And this gives me so much energy. Because if I were like, oh, okay, it's not working out, maybe, this person is wrong, I'm always getting the wrong people in my company. No, it's me who's hiring them. It's me who's going through the process. So it is my power to change the process and to end up with people who are a better fit for my company. And this thought that I control everything gives me so much energy. And you end up realizing that your life is like a game where you have so many ways and you're free to choose whichever way you want. What I also like about this concept of entrepreneurship is that an entrepreneur knows his superpower. And the superpower of an entrepreneur, as we discussed, is making decisions. But the thing is, right now, you don't have to be a great decision maker to become an entrepreneur. For example, if you're a creator, like I'm a YouTube creator, and I know that my superpower is to be in front of the camera. Now, I might not be the best entrepreneur in the world, but I know that my best life is when I just create content without editing, without answering my emails, without having to plan my schedule, etc. And this is why my whole life evolves around my superpower, me being in front of the camera. And again, yes, I could have built a media company out of this. I could have built a 700 people company. But this is not my goal. Again, I'm not the best entrepreneur in the world, but I think I'm really good at understanding my superpower and delegating the rest. So what I'm implying here is that 30 years ago, an entrepreneur was someone who built a company, right? The real company. These days, an entrepreneur is somebody who understands his superpower and uses this desire to only focus on it to delegate the rest. And this is why I think creators are entrepreneurs, freelancers are entrepreneurs, musicians are entrepreneurs, because they try to build their lifestyle around their superpower. And the more bold they are at delegating, at hiring, at taking risks, the better musicians, creators, freelancers they become. Some people might be scared of the concept that, it's you who controls everything. And I want to give you something that will guide you through this world of unknown. So when you have to make an important decision and you are overwhelmed with different things, like, for example, if somebody says bad things about you and you're like, do I need to respond because I'm angry, because they're not right and they're spreading misinformation? Do I stay quiet because this is, the best from the PR perspective? Or do I use this energy to create something positive in the world? Imagine you're in this situation with a coworker, with a partner, etc. Some people be like, oh, you have to show them who you are. You have to prove them they're wrong. You have to do this, this, and that. And now you're dragged away by different options. Here's a mental exercise. Think about the times when you're the happiest. And for me, I'm on a billboard in Los Angeles, or I am hosting EduCon, or I am making this video. What is the emotion that led me here, and what is the emotion that I feel when I'm in the moment? Happiness, desire to be helpful to other people, desire to be seen, desire to spread my values, desire to spread positivity. When you determine and when you understand what kind of emotion leads you to the happiest moments of your life, this is when you know which emotion is going to help you make decisions. Because if you make decisions out of a different emotions, out of anger, out of envy, out of a fear of missing out, then this emotion is going to start a snowball of events that are going to lead you to the life you don't like. Because again, your best moments happen when you're driven by the emotion that defines you as a person. And it can be different for some people. When I asked my husband, I was like, what was the happiest moment in your life? He was like, when my kids were born. I was like, no, professionally. It was like when I won the competition. So for him, the driver is the competition. And it can be different. So ask yourself, what is the emotion that drives you? What is the emotion that takes you to your happiest place? And whenever you're stuck with making a decision, make a decision based on that emotion. Not based on whatever other people tell you or what other people might have done in your place. Just ask yourself if I would ask myself if I'm positive, if I want to help other people, what would I do now? Okay guys, I hope this video inspired you to change your mindset. I hope you wrote something down for the next time you're in doubt. For the next time something you think bad happens, and then you reassess your emotions and realize this is actually for the best. Live your life in a positive way. Focus on great things. Because when we focus on great things, we notice more of them. I wanted to wrap up this video with one last mental exercise that you are doing every single day, but you might be doing it completely wrong. When I first came to the US, people started telling me about all the negative things: crime, homelessness, low quality roads in San Francisco, etc., etc. And they made me start focusing on those things. And suddenly, the US seems like the worst place in the world to live in. But then I started asking myself, why am I here? Sunshine, opportunity, amazing people, amazing places in California. And suddenly I love this place. So you see, when you focus on negative things, you can be in exactly the same situation in your life, but you will hate it. And because you're so obsessed with seeing negativity, you won't even be able to notice positive things. So I want you to rewire your brain and focus on the positive things everywhere, because you can be in the happiest place of your life right now, but because you think you're miserable, well, the universe is gonna feed you things that will just prove that you're miserable. But if you focus on positive things, the universe will be throwing opportunity and great things at you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's gonna change your life just a tiny bit, or maybe you just wrote something down for your future reference that you would be able to use when you're feeling down. And don't forget that you're the boss of your life. Please like and share this video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.